The concept of the kingdom of God is a fundamental and captivating theme woven throughout the Bible. It symbolizes God's ultimate rule and sovereignty over all creation, a realm of divine authority and righteousness. The Bible verses that illustrate this concept provide us with invaluable insights and teachings about seeking God's kingdom, recognizing its presence among us, and understanding its growth and challenges. In this teaching, we will delve into 6 significant biblical passages to gain a deeper understanding of the kingdom of God. In Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, Jesus delivers a profound message, urging his followers to prioritize seeking the kingdom of God and his righteousness above all else. This verse emphasizes that when we place God's rule and righteousness at the center of our lives, He will provide for our needs and guide us in the right direction. It reminds us of the importance of aligning our hearts and actions with God's will, leading to a life of purpose and fulfillment. Luke chapter 17 verse 21 offers a unique perspective on the kingdom of God. Jesus proclaims that the kingdom is not confined to a physical location but is rather in the midst of believers through His presence. This verse highlights the profound intimacy and personal relationship we can have with God. By inviting Jesus into our hearts, we experience the kingdom within us, guiding and transforming us from the inside out. The parable of the mustard seed in Matthew chapter 13 verses 31 to 32 illustrates the remarkable growth and expansion of the kingdom of God. It begins as a tiny seed but eventually becomes a large tree, providing shelter and nourishment for countless birds. This parable teaches us that though the kingdom may start small, its influence and impact grow exponentially, spreading God's love and grace far and wide. In Matthew chapter 13 verses 24 to 30, Jesus shares the parable of the wheat and the tares, portraying the coexistence of good and evil in the world until the final judgment. This parable acknowledges the reality of a fallen world where the kingdom of God intersects with the brokenness of humanity. It reminds us to remain steadfast in our faith in pursuit of God's kingdom, knowing that He will ultimately separate the wheat, the righteous, from the tares, the wicked, in due time. The teachings of Jesus often challenged conventional wisdom, as seen in the parable of the yeast in Matthew chapter 13 verse 33. Here, the kingdom of God is likened to yeast, which may seem insignificant, but when mixed into flour, it leavens the entire batch of dough. This metaphor portrays the transformative power of God's kingdom, impacting every aspect of our lives and society, bringing renewal and hope. The kingdom of God is a profound and multifaceted concept revealed through various biblical passages. It calls us to seek God's rule and righteousness, inviting His presence into our lives and witnessing the exponential growth of His kingdom's influence. We are reminded of the coexistence of good and evil in the world and the ultimate hope of a final separation and judgment. Just like the mustard seed and the yeast, the kingdom of God may start humbly, but it holds immeasurable potential to transform lives and communities. Embracing this divine kingdom within us and around us, we can walk in the light of God's eternal reign and experience His peace, love, and grace in abundance.